Just a thought. It's good to be married to a strategy, especially if it's a good strategy, but you don't be married to tactics. Give you a personal story. As I was progressing in my career, I was doing very well as what they would call an individual contributor. It's basically somebody that have a job, they have a set of tasks, they set out, they do those tasks, versus the manager who manages the people who have all the tasks. So I was doing really well with my tasks. I was getting noticed in my company to the point where they then made me a manager. Well, what makes you successful as a individual contributor is now it's going to make you successful as a manager, even though it's essentially the same strategy per se at a high level, but the tactics change. The tactics are different. So when you're approaching something, especially over the long term, sometimes you might want to rethink your tactics. And I remember hearing this story about the military and about a problem they had during the Desert Storm conflict. It actually dated back to the Vietnam War. So they had a problem in the Vietnam War where their soldiers were stepping into booby traps and getting really sick because of it. And it's a very basic, simple, but effective booby trap. Essentially what the enemy would do, in the jungle, they dig a hole, they get bamboo sticks, sharpen the bamboo sticks, stick them into this hole, and it's like a 6-inch hole, nothing really big or major, and then they would urinate on the bamboo sticks, and then they'd cover it up with different brush and things so you couldn't see the booby trap. Well, what would inevitably happen is soldier steps in the booby trap, they cut their foot on the bamboo because it would go through the bottom of their shoe, and it didn't have to be a large cut, didn't have to, pierce the entire foot, but that cut would be enough with the urine that was on the stick would then turn into a pretty significant poison, maybe not enough to kill a person, but certainly enough to take them out of action. So tactic is to then get military boots that have a steel plate between the sole of the boot and the foot. So soldier steps in the trap, the steel is going to block the bamboo. So that worked out well for that. Well, you fast forward to the Desert Storm, and you have soldiers that are walking in the desert on ground that is, say, 120 degree heat, maybe not that high, but the ground's hot. So what happens? That metal plate now gets hot enough to start burning soldiers' feet, giving them blisters, that type of a thing. So the overall strategy is, hey, let's keep our military men safe while they're doing the things they need to do for the mission. But what was safe in Vietnam created problems during Desert Storm. So same strategy, the tactics had to change, the tactics had to evolve. So just a thought, look at your tactics. They might need to change to accomplish the same strategy.